I would like to introduce you to the newest member of the Bob Wilson 123 family. It's little Miss Pinky. And in today's lesson you are going to learn how to make a basic baby's bonnet. Of course I don't have a baby to model it on, so crochet hook and a ball of yarn and some thumbtacks was the closest that I could get. Now this is probably newborn size, maybe a small newborn size. I'll give you some measurements so you can sort of judge it. Let's measure around her head. 13 inches is the circumference that I get, or 33 centimeters. And the height from the top of the head, so I'm just measuring from the top here, the height of it is 12 centimeters or nearly 5 inches. So if you wanted to make it bigger, you just add more rows to the crown pattern, and what you need to do is go and follow this video to the basic crown pattern, and I have only made 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. Actually I've done less than that. I've done 1, 2, 3 rows, and then I've started with the crown, the bonnet pattern. So if you need it bigger than the measurements I just gave you, add 1 more row to your basic crown pattern. So that's 1, 2, 3, go to 4 rows. I am using 8-ply yarn, which is equivalent to double knit in the UK, and I think it is light sports weight yarn, sorry guys, sports weight yarn in the US, and I use a 4mm hook, which I think is equivalent to a size G. So if you use a bigger hook than a size G or thicker yarn than sports weight, you're going to get a bigger bonnet. So stay tuned, hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get started. So I followed the basic crown pattern, and I've just done the row where there's an increase and then 1 stitch by itself and then an increase, where the increase is 2 stitches into the same stitch. And the dimensions of this is 3.5 inches across. Let me see if I can measure around it as well. Never really done this before, as you can tell. We've got approximately 10.5 inches around. So I think that might be newborn or a little bit smaller. I can't think off the top of my head what the measurements are. And I'm just making up this pattern as I go along, as you can tell. So I'm thinking that this part needs to be the circumference of their head. And then once we get the circumference of the head that we need, then we are just going to do, so we're going to come to the end of our row and join it to the 3rd chain, and then we're going to chain up 3, and we're just going to work 1 stitch in each stitch. So 1 double crochet in each double crochet, but we don't want to work all the way around. So I'm just going to continue on. I have a habit of just picking up hook and yarn, grabbing the camera, and then just filming as I go along. I just seriously make it up as I go and hope for the best that it works out. Sometimes it does, and of course you guys only see the one that does work out, because I'm not going to post a video that is absolute rubbish, really. So I'm going one in each stitch. So as we get around, we want to just keep going until we've got about an inch or an inch and a half from where we started. Because where this gap is going to be, when it's on the baby's head, is going to be at the back of the neck. So nearly there. So don't forget to rate the video, give it a thumbs up if you like it, and also subscribe for more tutorials up the top here, because there are going to be plenty more tutorials coming along. I do try to get one out per week. Sometimes there's more, sometimes I might skip a week, but most of the time it's once a week. So this is where I started and this is where I finished. Let's see how big the gap is. So it's just over an inch and a half. That's fine. So what we're going to do now is we are going to work our way back around this way, and we're going to continue to work in rows like that, backwards and forwards, and we're going to ignore this part here. So what we want to do is we want to chain up 3, turn your work around, and we're going to work back down this side. We're going to skip the first one because our chain is our first stitch, and then we're going to go into the second stitch there. We're going to repeat this row. So you get to the end, you chain up 3 and repeat. I'm coming up to the end of the row. I have 2 stitches left, one is there, and then we need to crochet into our chain 3 that's on the end there, so it's into the top chain, which is the 3rd chain, making sure you actually go through the chain. 1, 2, see, not only you that's having trouble. Haha, got it. Sorry, going out of camera. Oh, got the stitch but didn't wrap my yarn. There we go. So this is what it looks like so far. So the good side is the bit where we did our beanie. So if you like me and work over your tails, normally your tail is going to be on the back of your work, so that's the inside of the hat. So it's going to be looking like this. And this is probably going to fit a small newborn. Might even be a bit small. Like I said, I am making this up as I go. So I might, this could be for a really small newborn, like say 6 pounds, or maybe even a preemie. Because I don't have any little babies to try these on, so you might have to play around with the pattern until you find one that works. And all you do is, to make it bigger, you just add the next round on the beanie. So where we finished off here, we had like an increase, then 1, then an increase. You'll just do the next row, which was an increase, 2 stitches, and then an increase. But just follow the basic beanie patterns for those. It's starting to look cute already, isn't it? Make little cute doll's hats. Anyway, on with the program. What we're going to do is chain up 3 and then work into the second stitch. This is our first, because this is our first stitch, the chain's there, into the second one. Working our way to the end, and then chaining up 3, turning and coming back across. So keep doing this until you have the top part of your bonnet. So the bit we're working on is actually the sides and the top part of the bonnet, because the gap goes down the bottom. Just keep working that method until it is long enough. So when you have it to the size you want, I will take measurements of this one and tell you what my measurements are. Along the bottom edge you've got 3 inches, so it's 6 inches around the opening, 4 inches, so it's 8 inches around the front opening, and then I've already given you that measurement there, haven't I? It was from there, so it was a 4-inch crown before I started adding the front part. So what you want to do now is make sure you're looking at the right side, so it's the nice side that you're looking at, and picking up your crochet hook. We're going to work 1 row of single crochet or half double crochet around the outside, just to make it all nice and neat. So chain 1 if you're doing single crochet, 2 if you're doing half double crochet. So on the corners, so here and here, we always work 3 stitches. So chain is your first stitch. I'm going to work a single crochet, so I'm going to go into that first stitch with my number 2 stitch and number 3, and then in all the stitches around, just working 1 stitch. So whatever stitch you've chosen. And you could really make these all different. You could experiment with stitches. You could do the crown first and then experiment with some stitches. You could do it with, it's like a mesh look. You could have a shell. I'm sure there's other ways you could do this rather than just plain. So if you haven't already joined us on our Facebook page, hop over there and click the like button. There's a lot of people over there with absolutely fantastic creations. Great for inspiration. If you don't have Facebook, we do have Ravelry. Nice little group we've got going, started over there. And I'm going to start listing all my videos and patterns on Ravelry too, so you can hook them or something you do over there. I can't remember what you do over there. So I'm on as Bob Wilson 123 over there too. Also on Twitter, if you want to keep updated when videos are uploaded. And also in the description box below the video, there'll be a link to all my videos. So I'm up to my last corner stitch. I want to add 3 stitches into there. Why has that gone so weird? It's just really loose. I'm actually pulling this one apart, so it's not really going to matter for me. What we're going to do now is going to work stitches down the side. So I would say try 2 into the gaps, and then 1 into this funny stitch here. If it starts to pucker up, it means you don't have enough, so pull them back out and do 3 into the big gap there. If it's going wavy, it means there's too many, so just sort of even them out if you can. And now we're back to the bit that we skipped on the crown, so we're just going to work 1 stitch in each of the stitches across here. And then work your 2 or 3 stitches, whatever you needed, into the big gap. one into the funny stitch there. And you should be just about to the end. Obviously you don't have to keep up with me, but when we get to the end, we're just going to slip stitch into the last stitch that we have there. You can work another row of stitches around if you like to make it even neater, or add a bigger border if it's a little bit too short. I zoomed out, yep. So you can add ribbon, you can thread it through the last row there, or second last row. You could make an I-cord and attach it to there, or make a chain for some little tie-ups. I'm going to go and try find some ribbon. So thank you for watching my video. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day or evening. Until next time, happy crochet. So everybody, let's welcome the newest member to the Bob Wilson 123 family. It's little Miss Pinky. Here she is modelling her new baby bonnet. So don't forget to post comments in the boxes below. Also, you can email me your photos if you want them to appear in a video at the email address in the description box below. Does look so cute. This is probably slightly too small for a newborn. I'm not really sure. It might even, like I said, fit a small newborn. So thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Happy crochet.